Good morning, folks. Checking in from Chicago, Windy City here. We're about 10 minutes into the game. Technical difficulties getting the thing started. Right now we're sitting USGAA 5 points to Chicago 1 point. Chicago has the ball. Moving it up in the forward line. And shoot and score from Chicago, and a great score. That's USGAA 5 points, Chicago to 2 points. Brendan Cole in the goals for the USGAA, getting ready for the kickout. USGAA getting restructured here, getting ready for the ball. Kickout comes long. Breaking ball in the middle of the field. Chicago on the ball. Moving the ball up in the forwards. Chicago on the attack. Looking for options. He shoots and scores. Good point from Chicago, and that makes it 5 points to Chicago. Or 3 points to Chicago, 5 points to USGA. Brendan Cole back for USGA here, getting ready for his kickout. And Mary, I think we have a game on our hands here. What do you think? Lovely Sunday morning in Chicago. Kick out goes out to the over the end line. Chicago's ball in to the midfielder. USGA Chicago on the attack on the way in. Dylan Murda not making it easy for him. Definitely the intensity of this game is heated up here in the last 12 minutes and it started. This is Chicago select team. Ball in. Good man, running Orford to Jack Lynch. Charlie Sheehan on the ball. Yes, finds running Orford. Good ball movement to Jack Lynch. Dylan Murda for USGA Chicago. Dylan Murda has the ball here. Finds Michael Kerr on the outside wing. Michael Kerr has a shot. And a wide ball. Tommy Scahill from Mayo is the goalkeeper for Chicago. And Chicago's ball in up to the forward line. Into space. Ron Orford, the man for USGA, marking. Jake Rispin not making it easy. Chicago moving the ball around the outside of the D. He shoots. And he scores. And Chicago's right back in this game with Chicago with 4 points and USGA with 5 points. And I think that's 3 unanswered points from Chicago. Brendan Cole for USGA getting ready for his kick out. And we have the ball in. And Owen Morrissey up for the ball. And Jack Lynch picks up the breaking ball. Goes up to Connor Bradley. Declan Kelly on the ball. He finds Michael Moylan. Comes out, definitely slippery conditions. And the referee says it's a free for USGA. We have Shane Bradley stepping up to take this free. Shane getting in position here and getting ready for his free. On just wide and left. Chicago getting ready for a quick kick out. And the ball goes out. And Owen Morrissey there for USGA to take on the ball. Owen Morrissey had a great game yesterday. He finds Declan Kelly. Over to Michael Kerr. And he finds Dylan Murta to Ronan Orford. Back out to Jack Lynch. Charlie Sheehan on the ball. Jake Risman. Good attacking man. Good man all over the field. And the referee says it's a free for USGA. Owen Morrissey on the ball. He says, I'm taking the solo and go. He takes a shot and it falls short. Referee calls it back and plays advantage for USGA. And we have Shane Bradley stepping up to take the free for USGA. Sitting on the outside of the D here. Shane strikes. And just wide and right up the upright. Chicago has the ball out, finds him his man on the wing. And Aaron Core making it hard for Chicago to move the ball up the field. Definitely have a good game in our hands here. Two evenly matched teams. Chicago moving the ball up here into their half-forward line. Moving around the outside. Yes, Dylan Murta there on the ball. He's in the right place at the right time. Yes. Connor Bradley, ball to Aaron Core. Aaron Core finds Jack Lynch. He finds Owen Morrissey. Owen Morrissey goes down on the ball. He finds Jack Lynch again. Jack Lynch all the way up, trying to make things happen here for USGAA. Back out to Aaron Core. To Connor Bradley. To Charlie Sheehan. Charlie takes a strike. And just slightly right of the upright here. Ball out for Chicago. Chicago not finding it easy to get the ball out of their own half. Now we have the ball up. He jukes. Dylan Murta moves it up the field. We definitely have a good team here from Chicago. The Chicago select team is definitely showing here. Moves the ball to the outside, looking for new lanes on the way in. He shoots, and that would be a two-pointer. I'm pretty sure that was from the yeah. That's a 2-point. That's a 2-point score. That puts Chicago at 6 points. USGA at 5 points. Brendan Cole, lovely kick out to Dylan Murta. He finds Dylan Murta in the middle of the field to Jake Risman. Out there to Shane Bradley, back to Dylan Murda. Finds Charlie Sheehan. Bit of give and go. The ball doesn't fall in the right place for USGA. Chicago making it hard. Dylan goes out to Jack Lynch. Over to Connor Bradley. Connor Bradley to Aaron Core. And the ball is too short. And we can't get Michael Moylan on the ball. Aaron Core making it hard for Chicago on the way out. Chicago definitely looking good here. On the attack again. Yes, Ronan Orford, good man, puts his hand in. Connor Bradley makes it hard for Chicago. Ronan Orford, good tight marking. Owen Morrissey for USGA. And Chicago all around the outside of the D here. He shoots. And that's a wide ball for Chicago. Solid effort. We have Brendan Cole getting ready for his kick out for USGA. He goes short pass to Ronan Orford. Charlie Sheehan for USGA takes the short free. He gives it there to Ronan Orford. And Ronan Orford goes up. And he shoots. And we have a wide ball for USGA. Chicago quick kick out. Out to their half back line.
Good work, Ronan. Let's go, Ronan Orford. Keep it up.
Chicago moving the ball well up that far line. Good ball movement up for Chicago up to their half forward line. Definitely a much faster game than yesterday.
Yo, weak side, Connor. Weak side.
Looks to switch the field. He finds the number 12 for Chicago. And Ronan Orford doing his job makes it. And the referee says it's a free for USGA. Shane Bradley takes the solo and go. He goes out there to Owen Sheehan. Back to Shane Bradley. Jake Rispin, the man there to provide support. Jake had a great game yesterday out to Declan Kelly. And Connor Bradley. And another wide ball for USGA. I think that's 4 wides in a row here for USGA. Kick out for Chicago. Jake Rispin on the ball. Lovely ball by Jake Rispin. Great catch out to Charlie Sheehan. Finds Jack Lynch. Over to Declan Kelly. Owen Morrissey. Declan Kelly just misses that. Chicago scoops that ball up. Chicago on the attack here. Sean Galvin not make it easy for him. Staying tight to his man. Chicago, great fast ball movement around here. Ronan Orford having the mark tight. Not giving Chicago much space. Good shoulder. And Ronan Orford for USGA picks up the ball. Aaron Core on the ball. Charlie Sheehan on the ball for USGA. That's Michael Kerr's strike. Referee says that's USGA ball. Charlie Sheehan on the ball for USGA to Jack Lynch. He finds Shane Bradley. Shane Bradley making great moves across the field to Owen Morrissey. Owen Morrissey is surrounded by Chicago men. And the referee says over carrying. I don't think USGA will be happy with that. And here we have Chicago on the move out on the far sideline. This is definitely a good, solid Chicago team here today. I think USGA will find a little bit of difference between this and the Kiskeen team that they played yesterday. Owen Morrissey. Yes. And Brian McDade. The referee says it's time to hold. We have Brian McDade limping across the field. The physio comes in to see Brian. Brian says he doesn't need anything right now. He's good. He's shaking it off. Chicago moving the ball around. This is definitely a solid Chicago team here this morning here in Chicago, Gaelic Park. Missed kick there. Sean Gavin up. Breaks the ball. Jack Lynch on the ball. He finds Jake Rispin out here. Jack Rispin to Brian McDade. Brian McDade moving the ball up. He finds Charlie Sheehan. I don't know, far wing there to run in Orford, and the ball just goes wide. Chicago shoots. And that's a wide ball for Chicago. Definitely two good teams out here today. Great game to watch. Brendan Cole's landing the ball up for USGA. And Owen Morrissey does not make it easy for Chicago. We have ball in. The Declan Kelly scoops it up. Michael Kerr running alongside him. And that's a score. And USGA needed that score. They've had probably about 10 minutes here and probably 4 wide, so that'll definitely be good for confidence. We have a tie game at 6 points to 6 points. Definitely two good, evenly matched teams here. Chicago on the attack. And Declan Kelly on the ball. Goes up to Dylan Murda. Dylan bends on it. And the referee gives a free, and rightfully so there to Dylan Murda. We're very, very close here to the end of the first half. Been a good first half. We're 6 points to 6 points. USGA free. Out to Michael Moylan. Michael finds Owen Morrissey. And that's a wide ball. And the referee, Colin Egan, the man in the middle, says it's time for halftime. and we'll be back again for the second half. and we're back here to the game in Chicago. Sunday morning, we'll have a exciting game. It's 6 points to 6 points. It's all tied up in the second half. Everything is to play for. Colin Egan throws the ball up. Owen Morrissey fighting for the ball. Chicago gets possession of the ball here. We'll see what Chicago does here with their first possession. Good switch to the field. Definitely a good game here. And that's Ronan Orford runs in. He picks up the ball. Out to Jack Lynch. Jack Lynch looks up the field. He finds Ronan Higgins. Ronan's looking for his options. He finds Dylan Murda. Dylan Murda out to Charlie Sheehan. And can the USGA make this count? And we have a wide ball for USGAA. Chicago getting the ball set, looking for a fast kick out. Yes, and Charlie Sheehan grabs it out of the air. He finds Michael Moylan to Owen Morrissey. And Charlie Sheehan back to Owen Morrissey. Is USGA going to make this count? Michael Moylan on the ball. Chicago gets it. Working it out from their back line. And referee says it's a free to Chicago. Jacqueline sitting back here. Brian McDade. And Chicago's on the attack. And Jack Lynch doesn't make it easy. Brian McDade. Chicago moving the ball around well. We have a ball in, and Shane McCarthy picks the ball up. Shane McCarthy in goals now for USGAA. Sean Galvin on the ball to Ronan Orford. Back to Sean Galvin. Back to Jake Rispin. Jake out to his clubmate here, Ronan Orford. To Charlie Sheehan, the man in the middle. Looks out for Shane Bradley. To Jack Lynch. Jack looking for his option up the field. Sean Galvin. And Ronan Orford on the ball for USA. He finds Owen Morrissey. And referee gives the free, and rightfully so. Tap and go. And we have Ronan Higgins swings, and he shoots and he scores. A point for USGA. Brian McDade breaks that ball down to Shane Bradley. Jack Lynch. Jack finds Dylan Murda out on the outside. Michael Moylan was coming running looking at that ball, but he finds Brian McDade. And Chicago gets possession back. Charlie Sheehan puts his hand in there and gets possession for USGAA. We have Rory Gallagher on the ball there to Jack Lynch. To Shane Bradley. Over to Ronan Higgins. Ronan Higgins swings and he scores. Good score by Ronan Higgins. And that should put the 8 points to USGA, 6 points to Chicago. That's 2 unanswered points for USGA here in the second half. And Chicago on the attack here. Ball up at Owen Sheehan in the right place. Breaks that ball down. We have 3 USGA men around the number 9 for Chicago. And referee Colin Megan says that's a free for Chicago. And this would be a 2-point free if it goes over the bar. He shoots. And That's a fine score, and that's 2 points for Chicago. Puts it all back level for both teams. That's 8 points to 8 points. Shane McCarthy with a kick out. Jack Lynch scoops that ball up for USGAA. Finds Jake Rispin. That's Owen Morrissey to Shane Bradley. Bradley finds Michael Kerr. Over to Jack Lynch again. Michael Moylan coming running out on the ball. Yes, and Michael, like, nice little scoop up on the ball. Nice ball into Ronan Higgins. What can USGA here do on the ball? Out to Michael Kerr. Back out to Shane Bradley. And Shane looks for it. He wants it. And that's a beautiful score for Shane Bradley. USGA sitting at 9 points to Chicago's 8 points. We have 3 USGA men there to break it down to Charlie Sheehan, to Michael Kerr, back to Charlie Sheehan. Charlie under pressure. And the referee awards the free. Good strong for play from Charlie Sheehan there, and USGA a free here. And they're definitely within scoring range here. Shane Bradley up for USGA to take the free, and he swings and perfectly placed free for another point for USGA. And USGA on the attack here. Owen Morrissey slicing up through the field. Owen takes a shot. And that's a fine score by Owen Morrissey. We're sitting here with 12 points for USGA to Chicago's 8 points. Chicago have a bit of work to do here to bring themselves back into the game. USGA is showing well here in the second half. And that's Rory Gallagher over there down on the field for USGAA. And Chicago finds the right width on the field here. Number 21 for Chicago moving the ball up. Good ball moving by Chicago. USGA doing what they do well. They're sitting in the backs here, making it tight. Chicago being held out by USGA here. Checking their options. Still sitting right around the outside of the D here. And he shoots, and that's going to fall short. Shane McCarthy plucks that up. And Shane gets the ball out to Shane Bradley. Shane Bradley coming up the field, very comfortable on the football. He finds Ronan Higgins, a clubmate of his. Ronan Higgins on the ball. And Ronan finds Dylan Murta. USGA now within the range for the score for sure. Charlie Sheehan shoots. Oh, and it just falls short. Chicago now on the attack around their own midfield. Ball goes into the Chicago man. And that's Connor Coyle over there for USGA. He's called for a free. Richard Lenke going on here for USGAA. Chicago getting ready to take their free here. And that's a fine point by Chicago. That's it. And Jake Rispin on the ball for USGAA. Over to Shane Bradley. Shane Bradley on the ball, looking for Richard Lenke that's just come on for USGA. Richard grabs the ball out of the air well. Shane keeps moving. And Shane finds Dylan Murda, and Shane, well blocked down by Chicago. And we have Rory Gallagher, and Rory Gallagher gets a fine point. Score right now is 12-9. 12. Rory Gallagher plucks that ball out of the air for USGA. He finds Michael Kerr. Michael Kerr goes in. He's looking for Ronan Higgins, but Chicago comes in and says no. Chicago moving the ball around well, find their space. They're back out now to their own to midfield here for Chicago. And referee says it's a free here for Chicago. They take the quick, and referee Colin Egan calls it back. Now we have the go-ahead. Chicago on the attack here. This is definitely a good game to watch here. Scoreline right now is USGA 12 to Chicago's 9. Shane McCarthy has that ball for USGAA. He finds Jake Rispin. Goes out to Ronan Orford. Back to Jake Rispin. To Charlie Sheehan. To Owen Sheehan. And we have Owen Ward on the field here. McAnespi's man. Very comfortable on the ball, moving the ball up. And he finds Mark Dunphy. And Richard Lenke gets the ball and it falls short. Chicago's turning it around and moving the ball back out from their own back line. Owen Sheehan gets that ball for USGA. He gives it to Brian McDade. We have Rory Gallagher on the ball for USGA. He's trying to go. He's been tugged down. Richard Lenke on the ball. And that's a goal for USGA. They'll be very happy with that result. We have 112 to USGA and 9 points to Chicago. That gives a little bit of breathing room for USGAA. And we have Dylan Murda up in the air. Chicago goalkeeper gets out and gets the ball. And that's a free out, and rightfully so for Chicago. And we have Mark Dunphy on the ball for USGAA to Michael Kerr. Chicago has back got the ball. Now it's moving out from their own back line. The referee says it's a free out for Chicago. Chicago moving the ball out here. And the referee says that's a free for Chicago. Chicago moving the ball up here around the middle of the park. And Chicago not getting any easy way to get in here. USGA.
They don't have three.
Takes a swing at it here. Ronan Orford, the man on the backs here for USGA, scoops that ball up. Gets it out to Shane Bradley. Shane Bradley looking to see what he's going to do here. He's got Connor Coyle on the ball. To Owen Sheehan. Strong back line. To Michael Kerr, back to Owen Sheehan. Over to Ronan Orford. The man in the orange boots today. It's a Chicago sideline ball. They go backwards with the ball here. Charlie Sheehan's on his man well. Chicago moving it around the outside of the 45 here. Looking for their way in. USGA has given no easy options. And Jake Rispin goes in there. Brian McDade scoops that ball up. And he finds Owen Ward. Owen Ward on the ball to Dylan Murda. Dylan gets the ball up. He finds Rory Gallagher. Loses his footing. That gives Chicago an opportunity. That's Darren Bridges on the ball there. Son of John Bridges from the steering committee and chairman of Chicago. That's Darren Bridges on the ball. Richard Lenke coming in. Chicago moving the ball well up here. Back to the middle of the field. And the ball, you can tell that field very slippery. There was a little bit of rain here this morning that made the conditions very damp. And Chicago's having to go back out to look for a way in. Switching the field. Yes, Michael Kerr takes possession of that ball for USGA, and Michael Kerr with his speed. That's a great opportunity for USGA. Dylan Murda down on the ball. He goes back in. Oh, and unfortunately, it just doesn't fall into the right place for USGA. Brian McDade on the ball here. USGA is still in the driving seat here on this side of the field. Richard Lenke on the ball. Back to Brian McDade, and Brian McDade's hungry for a goal, and it just doesn't go into the right place. Chicago kicks the ball out, but Jake Rispin says that's our ball. He scoops that ball out of the air. He goes up for Brian McDade. The running Higgins. To Mark Dunphy. It looks like we had a goal score there, but it looks like it must have went under the net. And that says 2-12 to USGA to 9 points to Chicago. So USGA dead. Oh, and Rory Gallagher, a great scoop out of the field. Out the bar ran to Mark Dunphy. Jake Rispin out on the outside there. USGA goes back to Mark Dunphy. To Owen Ward. Mark Dunphy. Richard Lenke on the... And the referee blows the whistle here. This is a Chicago free. And the ball is back in play. Good ball movement by Chicago. Jake Rispin on the ball. Out to AJ McGuire. Owen Ward. He finds Ronan Higgins. Looking for their options. Jared Dillon on the ball. Oh. And Jared Dillon gets the ball back for USGAA. And he gets that ball up to Pat Newell. AJ McGuire on the ball for USGAA. To Ronan Higgins. It's good ball up by Pat Newell, the Detroit man on the team. AJ McGuire. Ball back out to Mark Dunphy. Out to Owen Ward. To Jake Rispin. USGA getting themselves set back here. AJ McGuire on the ball, and he finds Pat Haggerty. Out to Connor Coyle. Jake Rispin to AJ McGuire. Pat Haggerty. Or Kevin Haggerty. And USGA moving the ball up here. We have Bar Ryan over there. Gets the ball to Ronan Higgins. Tristan Kelly in there to Dylan Murda. Lovely score there by Dylan Murda. Really, Dylan Murda has really showed up here this weekend. So that's 2-13 to USGA to Chicago's 9 points. Ryan Dowd on the ball. Ryan Dowd, the Pittsburgh player on the team. And he finds Tristan Kelly. And Tristan Kelly puts one on the bank. And the ball goes out over the sideline. Miscommunication there on the Chicago side. Pat Newell takes that ball, gets it into Tristan Kelly. They should make him pay for this. Oh, and it hits the crossbar. And that's it. Connor Coyle gets his hand in there for USGA. We have a Chicago ball coming in from the sideline here. And that's a wide ball for Chicago. USGA has the ball back in the field of play here. Number 23, Owen Ward on the ball. Out to Connor Coyle from San Francisco. To Ryan Dowd, Pittsburgh man. Back to Connor. And he has options here. And he finds himself Tristan Kelly to Jared Dillon from Delco Gales. Ronan Orford up there making himself available for USGAA. Back to Jared Dillon. Oh, and that's a hard luck. Chicago's turning this around fast, though. And Rand out on the ball. Can Rand gets that ball. He gets it out to Richard Lenke. And Richard Lenke takes his opportunity. And he puts a beautiful point over. And that's 2:15 to USGAA to 9 points for Chicago. Chicago moving the ball up here. Oh, and Owen Ward blocks that ball for USGAA. And Chicago, he shoots. And that's a wide ball for Chicago. We're sitting here, we're maybe about 25 minutes into the game. Ball out, Shane McCarthy. He finds Mark Dunphy to Jared Dillon. Jared's looking for the fast ball up to Richard Lenke. And Richard finds Tristan Kelly. Tristan gets up, and Pat Newell, the man from Detroit, always finds himself in an opportunity to score a goal. And well done to Pat for USGAA. That's 3:15 to USGAA to 9 points for Chicago. And Byron breaks that down. He gets Lenke. And Rich turns on just wide and to the left of the upright. Chicago getting themselves reset here. And Ronan Higgins on the ball. Are they going to make Chicago pay for that mistake? To Tristan Kelly. Tristan had a goal on his mind there. And the referee calls a penalty. So who's going to step up and take this penalty for USGAA? We have Richard Lenke. He said he's the man. And Richard takes it, and Richard puts it in the back of the net. And USGA have another goal, and that's the end of the game, and we're sitting at 4:15 to 9 points, and USGA will be very happy with that performance. And that's the end of the game. And USGA will be very happy with how this game has turned out for them, and thank you very much to Chicago GAA for putting on this game for USGA and this providing this great facility to play the game. And I think USGA will be looking forward to the game against New York on June the 14th. And thanks to my friend Mary Redmond here, the PRO for USGA in Chicago, for the great job that she does with televising these games and giving the membership the opportunity to watch them. Thank you, Mary.